Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
GG Cupid. Whether for friends, serious relationships, or marriage, there's a new website that matches love online. Sign up for free at ggcupid.com, the perfect matchmaker.
Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to another episode of All Things Beauty. We are on episode 88, and today we are talking millennial age beauty. And we have with us today Tiana and Taylor of Urbane Echelon. Hey, you guys, introduce yourself.
I'm Taylor I'm Tiana Lee.
And we're with Urbane Echelon. We're glad to be here with you guys today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we are so glad to have you guys, and we're gonna have a little saucy discussion today, so y'all be ready. We got some things to talk about, being that we are all millennials. Okay, so we got little things, talk and get off our chest today with y'all. Okay, so be ready. Okay, but what we're gonna do is talk about what we have on our lips. So of course, per the usual, I'm wearing Anastasia. And this is a lip gloss. It's a little like nude. I really like it. It has like a little pink in it. And this one is called Kirsten. So this one is like a sample size, for the low. It costs a little bit less, you know what I'm saying? But you can get it, just about anywhere. And again, it's the Anastasia lip gloss brand.
So I don't have a budget lip, so sorry if you like a black lip. This cost me about $18. I don't know if that's too much, but it's by Colored Rain, and it's a lip stain, and it's called 2 a.m. So I really love black lips, during the wintertime. And this is my first time wearing it this season, so I had to pull it out for you guys. Thank you. It's a little dry, so moisturize, before. Yeah.
It looks good, though. Like, I'm always scared to do a black lip. I did a black lip, like, one time. I was looking like I was going to a funeral, like, dead.
Yeah, you can either make or break the black lip. But I have small lips, so it makes my lips look more full.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I know they still look small, but,
Yeah. No, you look good. It looks really good. Very natural.
Yeah. No, I'm probably the most natural looking because it looks like I have on nothing. But this is a lip gloss, and this is by Maybelline. It's called a Nude Illusion. I'm not really just big on, like, lipstick. It's going to grow on me later. But my lips, like, they're naturally tinted, so I'm always cool with the lip gloss. Or sometimes I just go with Vaseline. The little cocoa butter Vaseline. The little lip therapy.
how much can you buy that for?
I have that in my purse.
Hey, moisturize.
I do not go nowhere without it.
Like,
You put on the cocoa butter Vaseline before you put on the Colored Rain.
Yeah, like I have my arrays of like MAC and little color pops, but I barely touch them. It's like I go out maybe, but you barely see me with lipstick on.
And that's okay. Everybody don't have
That's
to
fine.
do
I'll wear
lipstick.
the lip for you. Okay.
Do it, sis, please.
Pass them over to her. Okay, so I do want you guys to introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about Urbane Echelon, how you guys started, what inspired you, and what type of content do you bring?
Okay.
Well, I'll start. So we started out a year ago, actually, on New Year's at a house party. I ran into Tiana and our third member, Tracy, and I was like, guys, like, we are creative. What can we bring to our generation that hasn't been brought before, you know? So this was actually, Tiana had been thinking about this for a while. And so we went through different projects that we could possibly come up with, but we kept hitting roadblocks.
Right.
So finally she was like, we should do a YouTube series. And she was like, you know, we should direct it towards millennials. And I was like, that's great. Like, we're millennials. Like, let's go. Right. So you can go on from there.
Yeah. It kind of started when I was just like looking for opportunities myself, like, you know, within mass comm, we're all mass comm kind of. So, you know, you try to look for as many opportunities as you can. And I was kind of hitting roadblocks myself. And I was like, man, I have all these ideas, but I'm kind of like a little scared to do it on my own. So I reached out to my friends, and they, like she said at the party, they was like, oh my God, yeah, that's great. So I was like, we're kind of in the spotlight right now being millennials, for every little thing. So it's kind of like, why not put out some positivity, a little entertainment? Everybody likes our opinions. So yeah, that's kind of how it started.
But not only that, like, the internet is powerful.
Yeah.
Our generation.
We're going digital.
Right. So why aren't we utilizing it?
You know?
Why not
Why?
start your own
It's
platform now?
weird to hear that people are not on the internet versus like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's kind of weird when you meet people and they're like, oh no, I don't do social media.
Yeah. Like, you don't.
Yeah, it is very weird when you see people that
Right.
don't
What's
have, like,
that
a social
robot
media.
name? They must be kinfolk.
No idea.
Everybody else is down with the cause. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But no, I definitely get that. And it's sometimes it's a little hard because you mentioned like you didn't want to do it by yourself, but
Yeah.
it's hard one to start it and then like, you know, stick with it. But also it's hard to, if you're doing it by yourself, it's super hard. But to find people to actually like rely on,
Yeah, that's the
That's-
hardest
yeah,
part.
yeah,
Because
for
you
sure.
can't do anything alone. Like,
Right.
realistically, and it's like you want to get ideas from multiple people, you know,
Right.
because if you're just stuck in one way, you won't really elevate.
for sure.
So that is hard to find reliable people that actually really want to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it makes it a little easier when you all have the same passion. So it kind of like pushes it more.
Okay, and you all went to school for communications. Is that what you said?
Right.
Okay, that's awesome.
Electronic media.
Did you?
You know what? I did not.
So I
Okay.
I did too. Be assuming, you
I
know.
did. But, you know, if you go online and find those Scammer Anonymous papers,
Yeah.
then, you know, I might have a degree.
Oh, okay.
We don't know. But on a side note, we'll jump into a little bit of our topics. And since we were talking about social media, what I do want to talk about is how does social media affect millennials and our perception or our beauty standards?
So this is so ironic. I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I feel like, and I know the college age students, so between 18 and 21, 22, they're considered millennials as well. But I just feel so bad for them because they have so much to like live up to. Like, they have to get up every day and like worry about contouring and highlighting and like. I wasn't even wearing makeup when I was a freshman in college.
Right.
And when I started wearing makeup, it looked horrible. Like, but I had no, like, there was nothing for me to compare myself to. And, like, guys genuinely liked us for, like, our natural beauty. Like, bundles weren't really a big thing yet. They were coming on the scene, but, like, I could wear my real hair, color it, and people were like, oh my gosh, like a little eyeliner and I was good.
Girl, eyeliner, a little
Yeah.
what?
I mean, even
What
to
was
this day, I go
foundation?
to work, I don't wear makeup during the week.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, like the generation, or not the generation under us, but like a lot of these recent grads, they'll be coming into the real world like
Full face.
caked on.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
full
It's
face.
sad. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate because that's
Yeah,
pressure.
For sure. It is very different because I know, like you mentioned, when I was younger, I didn't wear makeup. I was pretty much a tomboy. I barely even combed my hair. You know, it was going to sit in a side ponytail, and that's what we was going to do for the rest of, like, the year. You know? Not the day.
Not the
week,
day.
It was the year. So it is very different, and I feel like it is a lot more pressure on, like, our generation and even the ones under us, too. Like, I work in cosmetics, and I get a lot of moms that come in there and buy these little girls in middle school and stuff, all this makeup, and I'm just like, know how to use this.
But see, my mom, like, and all of my friends' parents, that wasn't really an option. Like, makeup, like, they made us stay 13-year-olds.
Right.
And then 14-year-olds.
Right.
Like, we weren't, I mean, like, I started coloring my hair in high school, but my mom let me get highlights. Like,
Yeah.
you could barely see them. But so stuff like that, like,
I didn't even get
wasn't
my
really
nails done.
why that I started doing in middle school, but you know,
It was a bit.
Special thing.
That's
for
Yeah.
a
me.
little shorter.
yeah, a little
Got a little
acrylic.
length on
I
it.
had a little
Yeah.
airbrush on there, a
You
little
got
Chinese
airbrush,
symbol.
I just looked up.
What do
I
you
did
think?
not.
I don't know. I agree with y'all because, like you said, my sister, she was wearing makeup. Well, she didn't start till later in high school, but it was crazy because I barely wore makeup like that. And I'm like, you know how to do more than me. Like, tell me what you're doing. Like, you drawing on your eyebrows a little bit,
Yeah.
filling them in. What is that?
Yeah.
I don't do that. But I feel like they do have a few expectations and whatnot now.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
So with that, what I want to ask is, it's in here somewhere. So how do you guys, how do you think social media portray like how we should look? Because we have a lot of Instagram feed, all you see all day is people being like beat faced and these
Yeah.
like little waist and these like perfect bodies. So with that type of like image and pressure on us, and everybody got social media, we just like mentioned that, like how do you think that portrays us?
Yeah, with that, I think it brings a few insecurities, especially for the younger generation. Like, they feel like they
sure.
should look like that. They feel
Yeah.
like, you know, this is what's gonna have me like being accepted and all of that. But yeah, just scrolling through it, I'm like, dang, did you wake up with this beat face? No, you didn't. So why are you taking this picture at 7 in the morning
And
like
this
this?
curled
Like,
hair.
You know, we
Right.
aren't Kim Kardashian, and then like they got people to do this. So,
Yeah, they
you know
have.
what
They
I'm
can
saying?
afford to have a team for that, whereas
Yeah.
we are regular, everyday people, and that's fine. Like
It's very unrealistic.
it is. Nobody,
it's
but they don't
so
even wake up like that.
unrealistic. Yeah.
They don't even wake up like that.
Yeah.
Like
You
we
can't
don't
even
see it.
snatch
Nobody's
like
gonna
that.
showcase their ugly side.
Yes.
Which isn't necessarily ugly side, but they're not gonna showcase what's not popular.
Or what they don't expect for other people for them to look like, you know.
Yeah, and I'm
These
literally
celebrities?
Going to, like, No, even like in high school right now, I'm going
Yeah.
to like my little cousin's basketball games, and you see these young girls coming in, their faces beat, like y'all said,
yeah.
contour and everything. You can't even tell who's an adult and who's the child.
And what's
Ooh, we
not,
gonna
what
get
social
into
media
that.
isn't showing is
gonna
like
get
what
into
how that's
that.
gonna affect their faces later.
Yeah,
They're
like
gonna
my-
age. That's gonna age
My
people so bad.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
you
for
know,
sure.
black don't crack, but you know,
But it can.
It can
With the wrong
you know,
product.
with the wrong products, they gotta
For
show
sure.
a little bit. It's crazy.
I definitely agree.
It's a little wild.
But we'll get into paying some bills right now. And this portion of the show is sponsored by GG Cupid. You guys all remember GG Cupid? We had them on the last episode, and they talked to us about their wonderful online dating service. So now there is a new website that matches love online. ggcupid.com leads you to a relationship that lasts a lifetime. Whether for friends, serious relationships, or marriage, simply join beautiful people worldwide. Sign up for free at www.ggcupid.com, the perfect matchmaker, you guys.
Okay.
I might have to
You
sign
know
up for that.
It's today.
Yeah, because we talking about social media, jump into the dating side
Right.
on that. No, it was very, very interesting. But we'll roll into our next topic, and we want to talk about the misconceptions. So this is a very wide topic because I feel like there's so many misconceptions on us as millennials. People have this thing that we're lazy, we're
Definitely.
raunchy, we are entitled.
Wow.
It's so much. So I want to know,
we talked about this.
Our first episode.
yeah,
literally.
it goes very in depth. And
Yeah.
I did watch your first episode. I'm not piggybacking off of it because we'll talk a little bit about those misconceptions and how they relate to beauty as well. But I want to know just, what are some general misconceptions that we have and what y'all think about them?
I think some of them aren't misconceptions.
Yeah.
I think that some of them, I think we're misunderstood.
Yes, that's the biggest thing.
Because to call us lazy, honestly, I don't think that we're lazy. I know we're not lazy. I think that we go the smartest route. So we found a way to utilize our time. If
Cut
we
it in
see
half.
if we see an easier, shorter route to get to the same destination, we're gonna take it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take the time to figure that route out. Whereas I feel like older generations, they're not open to like learning new things. Some
sure.
people are. I've come
For
across
sure.
some like Generation Xers, I call them, that are open to like learning from younger people. But like as far as us being lazy, that's definitely a misconception. I think every generation has their level of lazy.
Yeah.
For sure. Like that's just a human, a human flaw. Like
Yeah.
I think the like lazy part is misconstrued with being more relaxed.
Yeah.
Like we tend to like not care about a lot of the things that they cared about back in the day, you know. But I don't think that make us lazy. We're just like, it's kind of like, we'll get to it, or it'll change, or I'll figure it out. Whereas, like our parents, they're more like hands on with stuff, and they're kind of like, no, you need to figure it out right now, or I need to like put something in action right now. It's a little bit of different in that way. So I think it's misconstrued as
And
more
it's a different
relaxed
time.
than lazy.
Yeah.
like they came up in a time where they had to react pretty quickly, whereas now like we have so many different avenues and things play out differently if we wait, so sometimes reacting so soon isn't really always the best thing for us to do, and like different opportunities fall in our lap when we kind of just like not worry about it, like like let me just kind of go with the flow and see what interfere, things like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe too of like our generation. It's kind of like, I'm not gonna really force it unless it's a relationship. Then we tend to do that.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
We have all forced one of those.
Listen, wait.
Posted about that on Instagram.
But we're a little bit more like relaxed and want to wait it out and see what happens, or we just have other options aligned. I feel like the options for us, it spans across the board. But back in the gap, you didn't have that many options, so you kind of had to fight for like whatever presented itself to you.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So
I kind of am a little jealous of that, like back then. Like that's how, like watching celebrities and like how they got successful. Like they real life had to fight for that, and I feel like it's so kind of easy nowadays for people to become so famous so quick. Get they 15 seconds of like fame and whatnot.
Yeah, for
But I
sure.
just like the work ethics way back then, like how hard they had to work to get to where they got, and they had
And
so
it
much
weeds
respect.
out everybody
and,
too.
Yeah.
Like some people don't really deserve to be where they are. Realistically speaking,
Honestly.
it's just
True.
popularity put them
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and it's not fair.
yeah.
So
for
that
sure.
kind of like ruins.
Yeah.
It kills people's like drive and things, So I agree.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So for all of my people out here on Facebook Live, we ask that you subscribe to our show on all major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. Donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thespirit.tv/donate. Okay, so to talk a little bit on that, what I wanted to talk about was a little bit of the plastic surgery, the fake body part. Because I feel like the misconception is that it's millennials when really it's not. It's the parents. Y'all.
That made me think of Mean Girl.
It's the parents.
Like,
Seriously, because so the pinnacle for us for like plastic surgery is Kylie Jenner. Everybody know that she's had plastic surgery. She looks nothing like what she used to look like currently back in the gap. But I feel like it's more of like the older people who are like tiny. She's had some work done. Like Kim is definitely up there right along with Kylie.
The whole Kardashian family is
Yeah.
plastic.
But it's
except for Kendall.
And Steph for Kendall.
I think
Yeah.
except for
And
Kendall.
Courtney.
No, Courtney got her
Courtney,
boobs done,
yeah, I
I
was gonna
think.
say
No.
Courtney had her. She did.
So
She had
sorry.
she had a boobs
Well, you know
done.
what? Whatever.
Yeah. Look, it's whatever.
She just did add the bottom part to it, but she
Yeah.
did have some work done
Yeah,
on her boobs.
she skipped that bottom part.
But here's my thing with that. I feel like the reason that happens is because those people are getting put into our category or our generation because they try to act like us, but they're like double our age. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Especially like the Love and Hip Hop girls.
That's
Yeah,
true. Like,
that is true. I
like
didn't even think of that.
Carly Red.
Yeah, like
She's a full grown woman. She's my mother's age.
Like the Bernice Burgos.
Virgo,
She has a
yeah,
21-year-old.
You're right.
I mean,
But see, they're still doing
nonetheless-
millennial things.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
problem.
So I'm kind of
So
like,
they're affecting. First of all, they don't really brag about their age. If you think about it,
Yeah.
they don't put that out there. Which
No.
I think personally, if I was 50 something, looking like Bernice, I would be like, I'm 50 something.
Yeah, for
looking
sure.
like Bernice.
How old
Like
is she?
she's in her 40s, I think.
Yeah, because her daughter's
You're lying.
21.
No, she has a full.
she had her when she
grown
was,
daughter.
like,
okay, I know
15.
that part, but I did not know.
Or
her
she might be in like
age.
late 30s. She's way
No,
older
she's
than us.
older than
She's in the
30.
40s,
She's like
probably.
late 40s.
Yeah.
For sure. She's
Guys,
maybe like
that's
46.
I'm
amazing.
gonna have
huh?
to like look this up in like the next 5 seconds.
Yeah, no,
Now-
she's older.
Now I need to know.
No, for sure.
Yeah, plastic
So-
surgery definitely started way back when. Just like wigs started way back when. People were wearing,
True.
men were wearing wigs in the Stone Age. So
She'd have pulled them in it.
seriously though, like
It's not just
it,
women.
and
Yeah.
it didn't start like it started way back. You know, when guys were snatching their wigs off in the history books. So I mean, like you're right, it didn't start with us, but I do think that our generation took it up a notch. Like
You think
with
so?
the with the injections and stuff.
And it led with Generation X, is what you're saying. It's kind of like it was.
It didn't start here, but like each generation, I think
It was so
takes it
accepting of
right
it. So
now.
it's
It's like
Yeah.
it's made to be it's glorified. Back then,
it
that
was,
was
like,
kind of
hidden.
yeah. That people did
Yeah,
not
for
say like,
sure.
oh, I have fake boobs. Like, oh, these are natural. No, they're not. Now people are like, oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
Dr. Miami to get my
Yeah.
boobs done in 2 weeks. Like, I'll let y'all know how it goes.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like, that people are getting it. It kind of weirds me out. I had a friend the other day. We was out at the club having drinks, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm getting my butt done." And it just took me back because I was just like, "You doing what?" Because to me, I'm not gonna say I'm against it because one day I might have to go under a knife too.
I about to say,
we don't
I think
know.
everybody got that one part that they would get done.
Yeah.
If but I think we're
Or
accepting
two.
of ourselves.
Or 2 parts.
Bye.
I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there. That
Have you
it's-
seen
it
She's
started
Gotta Have
with
It?
with the parents.
Yes, that was. I was disgusted. Actually, that was really bad.
Okay.
I haven't
but
seen
he,
it.
but
I
you know what?
predicted it.
Spike Lee has a way of putting things in our face. Like,
Yes, that was a slap in the face. Like, chill out.
What happened?
so one of the girls on the show, beautiful girl, right?
Yeah.
It was a perfect example of someone who's beautiful and doesn't see.
Has that
the beauty.
insecurity.
I see.
She got like butt injections, but she got them like underground, like in a
Yeah.
motel, and she kept going back, like, and it was like big needles on this table, and this lady's just like, it was
Jack.
really, yeah, it was just like it was overboard,
Ooh.
but I mean, he was trying to get attention and he got it, and she like got a blood infection from it because I guess went into her
Wow.
bloodstream. So she almost died from
But
that.
she wanted it so she could like dance and be out there with the other girls and
yeah,
get money.
and she kept seeing that on TV. So yeah, you're right. I mean, now that you say that, we are seeing that from the older I mean, like
Yeah.
Chloe and
started
Kim
with
are way
them.
older than us.
It started
And
with
and
them.
honestly, Kylie, we don't really have anybody our age really.
That's
You know
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying.
Kylie is really like I don't look up to Kylie.
Yeah.
Kylie is way
no,
younger than me.
but she's and that's the thing too. She's so much younger than us. So I mean, she still is in our pool. But what I'm saying is, like, she's kind of like the only person out there that really has like something done to her where it's drastic.
Right.
You know?
Or it's like the strippers that are famous.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah, that's
like
where
Alexis is Alexis Sky. I think she's younger than
yeah,
us still. I
she's
think.
younger. She's 22.
Yeah, she's 22.
She's
Yeah.
got some work done, right?
Yeah.
probably had her
I'll
boobs
give
done.
props to Rihanna because she
She's just
she
getting
she
thick
flourished
and
on
going.
and she gave little people like me a chance to like believe
Yes,
that it'll
girl.
naturally happen and it looks so much
It
better.
will. It honestly will. And then when you have kids,
Then I
So
can
while
be
we
Instagram
kind of
model.
like touching base on Rihanna, I want to talk about fashion because we know she's the pinnacle of it, but she's also the one out there. I kind of think that inspired girls to wear these sheer shirts. So I want to
show a little skin.
Yeah, no, she inspired me. Yeah, no,
Come
man.
on, golden-
even
golden
with the
beauty.
sound. But what I want to touch base on that is, because we have this misconception too. I mentioned earlier that we're very raunchy and sexual, and I want to know, does that come in how we dress? I'm not saying that everybody does, but we do have a big portion that kind of just out there with the way they dress. But is it like in the way you dress, or is it a lifestyle? Are you raunchy because you dress a certain way, or are you raunchy just because that's That's what you do.
You know, you actually brought this up.
I
in
know
the
I
show.
did.
But you brought it up as a misconception.
I
So how does
did.
that
Tie into it.
Yeah, because now I'm like wondering, like,
Raunchy. Okay, I think that a person who is bold enough to dress raunchy probably has the two to go with it. I don't think I've never really seen a girl that, because for me, like any time that I dress kind of like bold and like,
yeah,
if I'm like out here with like this skimpy swimsuit on, like say like a little thongkini type thing.
I'm a little
Yeah.
uncomfortable still.
But if I'm I'm not really comfortable like that.
Yeah.
But
You
I
got your
know
friends
I have
boosting you
friends who would like be comfortable like that, but they're free. Like
Yeah.
I think they go hand in hand. Like a person that's reserved, it won't feel comfortable wearing a sheer top.
Yeah.
And a person that wears a sheer top is gonna be like fun in her sheer top.
True.
So I think that like they like complement each other. But she might not see it as raunchy. That just might be her being a flower child.
That's very true. You know, it's kind of up and down because, you know, I kind of been on the border of that maybe a couple times because, you know, I'm just kind of like, oh, well, it's like a trend. It's a
I
little
would
bit
say
of like,
that's what adds to it.
it's
as
like
well.
fashion. It's not really fashion, but it's a little trendy, a little fashion. But, you know, I can be comfortable doing that, but that doesn't make me raunchy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
That's what I was thinking.
I'm just kind of trying to figure it out because
I don't think raunchy's a good word. You know what I mean? But that's what people call it.
yeah,
But I don't
yeah.
think. I think that word needs to be tweaked.
Yeah, I'm just saying because we kind of have
Yeah.
those people that are like Rihanna. Well, I guess some people think Rihanna is raunchy, but I don't personally. But she has, you know, her different looks where she'll wear like a sheer top with like her nipples out, but then she'll also be covered up in like this big sweatshirt. And then we have some girls who are kind of like Alexis Sky, who she's always showing something. So it's like, how can you compare the two? Is you have this one person, well, these two people who are kind of doing the same thing, but her lifestyle kind of shows a different thing from the other person.
I think that's when Taylor's thing comes in, is how you got to tweak it a little bit, because what is it really raunchy at that point, you know?
Right. And then you got to also look at their professions. So Rihanna is like a pop star. So
Yeah.
her job is to pop out. You know what I mean? Like, you don't pop out. Like, people aren't realistically,
You know,
like, nobody's
she
paying
has to
attention to
uphold
you.
that
Right?
image.
Then you have
Yeah.
Alexis Sky. I mean, I'm not saying like stripping is a bad thing, but that's what she used to do.
Really? I didn't know she was
I'm
a
pretty
stripper.
sure she said that on the show.
I did it. I
Yeah.
just really thought
Right?
she was
Didn't she
kind
say it
of
on the show?
one of those girls
That
that
she
got
like
around.
stripped?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
she said
yeah.
it several times.
Yeah. So
And some
in
people
other
shade
words,
it.
like, I think she's gonna have a harder time like shaping her image because she kind of get, you know what I mean?
Or
Like,
even Drea, because Drea is like
Drea
the
figured it
pinnacle
out. I
of
mean, Drea figured
you
it
know,
out.
she
So
did
Cardi
a
figured it
whole
out.
360, you know.
Cardi can do it.
So
She
I
did a
can see
360, girl.
Alexis Sky kind of going in that direction, like classying up her raunchy, if you want to call it that.
I never even just like kept up with her though, so I would not know.
Yeah, and she'll be a mom soon. You know, I think
Yeah.
things change. Like she was probably,
You
well,
think?
first of all, she's 22, so
That's
I'm not shocked that she, you know,
I can't believe she's 22.
or 23, 22, 23. She's young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, for sure.
She's dressing her age.
Girl. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of wellness, and this portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Patisse and her team works tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Patisse at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680. Guys, you know, take care of your teeth. They're important. Okay. So now I want to talk about standards. And we kind of touched base on this earlier about the makeup. You know, how you were saying that girls wake up with all of this, like, makeup on. My question is, I wonder, do guys, like, really like that? Do they really feed into a beat face?
I've got mixed reviews.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, it's some really don't like all of that on your face. Actually, like, I knew a guy who he said when he has girls over, he has makeup wipes for them to take off.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
I was like, and they're okay with that? He was like, yeah, I don't want all of that. Like,
I wouldn't want that on my pillowcase.
You know, now I'm thinking like in a guy's perspective, I'm like, yeah, I would probably have makeup wipes in my house too. Like, take it off.
Because a lot of girls don't treat their pillows with respect. And I have a friend who wanted to stay at my house. I have a full white bed, and she was like, I don't take my makeup off. I was like, oh, you can't sleep in the bed.
No.
Yeah, so
And
it made
she
me
went
think
home,
more.
and I was like,
She went home.
I was like, girl, literally I have a makeup wipe right here. She was like, I don't take it off. I was like, it kind of made me sad a little
So
bit. Like,
why?
why? You know? But
That's very unsanitary.
Yeah, this is the kind of questions I like to ask my guy friends. So it's kind of like, I'm like, so when you have that makeup wipe there for her and they take it off, how do you feel? They like, I'm a little taken back because
they don't look the
you
same.
don't look the same, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I'm like, if I take my makeup wipe off, I'm
Pretty much look the
same.
same.
Yeah.
You know, I
Right.
barely put I
Yeah.
got the natural look, but it's kind of scary when homegirl wiped the whole eyebrow off. you know?
Yeah.
And see, I don't know how to do that. Like,
me
I've never figured out how to fill in my
Me
eyebrows.
either.
I only
And
feel that
people
way when
think
I take
fill
off
in
my
eyebrows,
lashes.
and I don't.
I only feel that way when I take off my lashes. Then I kind of feel like my identity was stolen.
Yeah.
Like, who did this to me?
Wow.
I need to learn. I want to learn how to fill in my eyebrows.
But other than that,
I
no.
don't know how to put lashes on, but I probably just go get them done.
Yeah, get them done. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I've gotten
all the
mixed
guys
reviews
that
on
I
it,
know
too.
Don't like makeup. Like, but they date the girls with the heavy makeup. So I think it's
Yeah.
very hypocritical because they say they don't like fake boobs. They say they don't like fake butts. But all of the girls that I see them date have massive amounts of weave in their hair and
Or they like-
massive amounts
yeah.
of makeup on every day. And
And it kind of like, I'm looking at your
Yeah.
mom, and it's kind of
yeah,
like,
what do you
that's
mean?
a little disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
How you gonna
I
want
mean, when do you decide like this is okay? Because when you tell me it's not okay, then you go with someone else and it's okay. I'm confused.
I think it's more of a show thing. I think guys like it when you do your face up, so when you go around other people, they
can-
can
they like
show.
this
They're like, oh yeah,
trophy.
that's my
Yeah.
girl. You know, it's a show thing because I've had guys like compliment me on my eyebrows, and I kind of feel some type of way about that too. It's like, what? You know, it kind of takes you back. But if it's your boo, then that's kind of a different thing. You kind of want them to compliment on it, but it's so up and down. 'Cause I used to date this guy, and he didn't like it when I wore makeup like at the house. But if we were getting ready to go, he was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna put no makeup on."
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
need to look presentable around
you trying to
others.
say?
That's,
You know
what
what
they,
I'm
that's
saying?
what they are all thinking.
You
but
know?
at least he said it.
You know?
These others try to
Like,
pretend like that's
excuse
not what
me.
they're
Yeah.
thinking, but they are. Which honestly, that's how we think. Like, I'm not gonna wear a pound of makeup at home, but like, I can't be in the function.
Yeah.
True.
Looking lazy.
True.
Totally.
For sure.
Y'all
No,
can't
it's-
pull that Alicia Keys, so
Honestly, and Alicia Keys doesn't need to do that everywhere.
what?
It just doesn't look right on the
No.
red carpet. Like,
No, for
We know
sure.
you're beautiful.
What?
We get it, but like, compliment the dress. when you
Yeah.
lie.
Or a little lipstick
little
or
lip.
something. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it's like this big misconception as well around makeup that like if you wear it, it's because you're trying to like cover up this imperfection. When in reality, makeup was designed to enhance your beauty, not to cover it, you know, to make you look like this totally different person. That's what it's turned into.
Honestly.
But it's
Yeah, a lot of
definitely just
people.
something to enhance. You know, if you got a little rosy cheek or something, add a little blush.
Yeah.
It just kind of makes it pop more. Or a lip color. But now it's like, no, I need to put on 10 pounds of makeup,
Yeah.
so now I look like the person that I present myself as every day.
Yeah, exactly. And once they take the makeup off, they look so like people's skin isn't getting sunlight anymore.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, I know I see some girls when they take their face off.
I am
I'm
taken
like,
back.
oh my
That's what
gosh,
I-
like that's not okay.
It's not.
But see, the thing is, like, guys think that we're trying to cover up our beauty, but who told y'all that we aren't confident with our natural glow?
You know what I'm saying?
Because
This is true.
let me tell you,
Listen.
every day at work, I'm glowing naturally
What?
with no problems. Meet me
Glowing.
in my natural state, then I
You
know it's
know?
real.
You know? Then when you get the reactions when you put a little something on.
Then it's worth
That's
it.
what-
You like,
what?
oh,
Like,
you
yeah.
think I'm cute?
You know?
I can transform like this.
Kind of like
Sit
step
down.
to
Yeah,
down.
Sit
I
down.
can do it.
So let's piggyback off that a little bit and talk about hair.
Okay.
His hair, you know what? For us, it's like so up and down because you have this big chunk of girls who are so into natural. It's natural. Everything like, oh, a perm, how dare you? Like, it's offensive. It's offensive. But do you still have, like, these lace fronts that we ain't getting right? I don't know why. But you still got these lace fronts and, like, these weaves that are still down past your butt. So, you know, what do y'all think about how does the trends for hair differ, like, with our generation from, like, back in the gap? Because as you mentioned, they were wearing wigs back there too, but we had women that were natural too. So what's the difference?
Well, I okay, this is a pet peeve of mine because I've never had a perm. So, like, before all these women decided to be natural, use this natural term, that didn't exist. Like, it was just like, this is my hair.
Yeah.
So now everybody's like, oh, you're natural? No, I'm me. Like, this is don't put a label on what my hair has been my whole life just because you just decided to drop the perm trend. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Like, this guy asked me the other day, are you natural? And I was like, they're natural. I've never not been natural. So that term for me is like, I don't know, it just it labels it to me. I don't like it, but it does. I guess because like I've been out here with this frizzy hair my whole life. It's been a struggle. And then as far as like weave goes, you can touch on it because I have naturally really long hair. So when I wear weave, I wear it to cut like bobs. So I do opposite of what most people do.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not cutting my hair. But I guess you can touch on it because you probably like more of the...
Yeah, I'm good for the bundles.
bundle
you know what I'm
trend.
saying? But it's just like, I don't know, like my hair is it's a good length and it's grown. And it's just like, I don't feel like dealing with it.
Yeah.
Like
and you work out. That's
and I work
another
out.
thing.
That is another
Yeah.
thing. Like, you're going to have to keep up with it every day and put heat on it.
for
Which is
sure.
like
Why?
defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm good. I'm good with both. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna get some bundles soon because
But
of that, for workout purposes.
Yeah.
They're gonna be long, but I'm just like this frizz. It's not working.
But I'm not gonna lie, like the progress, like when you see the progress of your hair and stuff, you gonna want to wear it and stuff. But it's kind of like
It's a hassle.
the work profession that I'm in. It's just all the questions that I get. Like this
Yeah.
coworker, like
Yeah.
literally Friday, she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm leaving early to go get some braids." 50 questions came from one of our like coworkers, and she was just so like taken back. She was like, "So it's gonna be this long, and and I don't feel like answering all those questions. Honestly, it kind of makes me feel
It's
uncomfortable.
annoying
Like,
because other races started wearing extensions and wigs and things
Like-
decades before we even got on the bandwagon, and it's like because we do it. Now we gotta answer all these. Like,
but they're
now
so
you're confused.
it's like a genuine like
They don't
They
understand.
don't
I
know
think
it.
It's
And I'm like,
because I think it's because they are under this people
yeah.
are under this impression that like if we wear a weave it's because we have quote unquote bad hair.
Right.
First of all, I don't think let me not say that too, because you know some hair is just different.
Yeah. But
It's
all
just a
hair,
little
if you have hair
harder
growing out of
to
your head,
work with, you
you
know?
good.
Yeah. You know, but realistically there's no such thing as like having bad hair. You just have a different texture. That's all it is. But it's like this big thing around like, okay, well, if she's black and she has this weave, she must like not have no hair, or she has really bad hair that she has to wear it, you know. And then also a lot of girls are so used to having weaves and seeing other people with long hair and weaves that they feel uncomfortable wearing their hair. They don't feel pretty. They don't feel beautiful. And I think that's very unfortunate because this hair is growing out of your head. Like, embrace it.
Yeah.
It just
and like she
makes
said,
you who
it's hard
you
in
are.
corporate America.
Yes, that's why I'm like,
That's
oh my gosh,
true.
I wanna
Some
wear my hair
bosses
so bad.
don't like natural
Yeah.
black people hair, and
That's
it's
true.
unfortunate and it's not fair, but it's true. I've had friends who have been told like, hey, you should probably not wear your hair in like the natural state, but like straighten it when you come in, because they'll kind of hint to others to let you know that it's not work appropriate.
We got some people rocking the natural look in my job. I would say
What
that.
do you mean? Like, if we didn't have flat irons and perms, what would we would have no choice but to come like this.
And then it's culture appropriation when we wear our hair straight, but realistically, you kind of like tell us that we need to have our hair straight. So you know, that's a different topic for a different day.
That's some
But
hard
no,
work,
yeah, but
though.
okay,
but
you
that,
know?
yeah, that
The
that-
natural look.
Yeah, that
That's one
probably
thing I
ties
probably
into like
can't.
why
Yeah.
people wear things. Like, it might be work reasons, you know, and like she said, like working out purposes and like just time management. So,
Yeah.
I think that's probably the bigger things for us. So we are getting ready to wind down on this episode. But before we do, I do need to shout out The Spear. This portion of the show is sponsored by The Spear. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your products? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Spear. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thespear.tv. Alrighty, and since we are getting a little close to the show, and then unfortunately, I want to talk. Our last topic is self-love.
Definitely.
Very big topic because for sure, and we have a really big movement right now with girls doing things to get to self-love or wanting to get to like the core of themselves and try to figure out how can they accept themselves in their beauty, what they look like, and whatever may have you, what you're struggling with. So I want to ask you guys, what do y'all think self-love is and how do you get there?
Well,
so I wasn't there always. I found self-love through Christ. I'm a big Jesus freak, guys. So I had to really I found it by being by myself. Like I wasn't dating anyone. Like I was sad about it, and I was lonely. And then I found myself learning about things that I like to do. So I found the gym. I've always been petite. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I can tone up in the gym. So I started going, and I was discouraged at first, and then I started seeing results. And then I started, it built my confidence up. And then it was I didn't really need anybody's, validation. I could take a picture. I post my post on Instagram for myself, things like that. Reading, those things helped me in, just kind of finding hobbies that, really highlight what I like to do and highlight things about me that I didn't really know that I had going on. And once people start to tell you you look like you're glowing, but you're not dating anybody, and they're you have a glow for no reason.
I got that the other day.
When people started telling me that, they were that's the best. Guys were telling me that. They were that's crazy. And
listen,
I was what?
Listen,
soak that compliment.
What man is making you?
No,
exactly.
Listen, that man.
Yeah,
but I definitely think the hobbies and activities that definitely helps you, especially when it comes to friends as well, who you surround yourself with, that positivity. But I think we still kind of got a little way to go because we have younger kids that feel different. We got little kids killing themselves still, being bullied, and it kind of goes back to the home, how is it being
right?
Dealt
Who's
with?
teaching?
Yeah.
Right, because my parents, my dad to this day, I can come downstairs with granny sack on my head. I call them granny sacks, and looking a mess, and my dad would just be "You're just so cute."
Yeah,
and I'm just I'm not, but
I look like a bomb.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying?
Literally,
Yeah,
you hear that stuff every day.
For
You
sure.
really walk around you all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
because somebody's telling you that.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I do think it starts at home. I definitely think it starts at home, and it's kind of, how should I say? That's very broad to say because not everybody is fortunate enough to come from a good family. And not only that, if you actually have your family around you, who's to say that they not cuckoo birds?
No, seriously, a lot of people's families are crazy.
Because I feel a lot of the problems that we carry as far as it comes from being within your childhood. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the things that we carry, it comes from family burdens. That's a lot of the stuff that makes us feel uncomfortable, and it adds to it once you get around your peers and you get a certain age and you start to feel insecure about this, that, and the other. But it starts at home with finding yourself and feeling like you're worthy, but it starts at home too with not feeling like you're worthy, because you take so much of the burden from like your family, your parents. Maybe your mom don't feel so high about herself, so how can you feel good about yourself if the person that you look up to essentially don't have that? So I think, that's a really good topic that we're talking about. It goes honestly, so much, but
we have to give back to the younger girls for sure.
We really definitely have to touch them, and help them figure out that whatever it is, who you are, what you look like, that's okay.
Like, and I like the fact that within social media, it's become more like popular that women empowerment. It's like
for sure.
Even with guys, like you see Diddy and you see Colin Kaepernick, like you see all
and
these. And
there's a lot of like dads and sons organizations. And it's just like you said, like I've actually been wanting to like start like pick a girl or find a girl and just mentor her or like just not really, I don't have to teach you anything, we can just hang out. They just need to see it,
but also they need to be around people who feel good about themselves,
and that they can see doing good things that they can do.
It's kind of like, and this is one of my favorite movies, it's kind of like The Color Purple. When Celie found Suge, girl, Suge had her feeling some type of way. She got enough confidence in herself and started feeling worthy to where she got out of a bad situation, and now she, had a business and doing other things. So it's definitely like a touch on each other type of situation.
And my brother, he called me every name in the book, ugly, this, that, and the third. And when I got to school, when the boys, picked on me, I was unbothered.
Me too.
Because I was like, oh, that's nothing. I get this at home. Like, try harder.
So it's
but he also taught me like, you don't have to deal with this from guys. Type thing. So like I can say that I got it from both of my parents and my brother. Like my brother put me on my same level game that my parents couldn't really give me.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was, I had it from and my friends, all angles.
Yeah, friends play a big part.
But my mom actually shaped the friend group that I was, not the specific ones, but there were certain people that I just couldn't hang out with. And thank God.
Because when you kids, you do not get it.
You don't understand. Like,
we just love everybody.
Exactly. You like that little boy.
Innocent.
I just want to do hood
we see the
things.
good in everything
with my friends.
Yeah.
So thankful for you. Thank God for the people who do have that type of home bringing where, their parents are shaping them to feel good about themselves. But we're going to end it on this note. I just want to know, what advice would you give to a young girl to, have some self-love for herself? Dun, dun, dun.
I would say to journal, like write things down and like reflect on it, like but write words of affirmation, like I'm beautiful, I can do anything that I put my mind to, I'm strong, I'm powerful, like anything that someone can say negatively to you, reverse it. And you have to like, some people don't have to do this, some people are born with like strong confidence, but if you're not, say that to yourself, and we speak things into existence. So speak it.
Definitely.
I most definitely think it comes from within. Like, it takes a lot. Like, and when you get to that point, no one can tell you anything. So that journal definitely, it works. Because I had one before, too. And I had, like, a gratitude journal. Like, what am I grateful for? Like, instead of looking at the negative things. Like, at least 5 things you're grateful for. What happened today that I liked? Instead of, like, oh, my gosh, this happened to me.
Yeah.
So it's just little things like that. Aside from, like, your friends and your family, I most definitely think it's like self-love. It has to come from within.
Watch what you're watching on TV. Feed yourself positive things.
For sure.
Like, you have to change the way you think.
Yeah. I definitely agree and piggyback off of all of that because, I'm still going through it. I'm grown.
Yeah, everybody got a few insecurities that they do.
Still going through it,
moments. I cried on Sunday for no reason. Like,
what?
That just happens because we women.
It's normal.
That's a different time.
Hey, Jesus wept, we weep too.
Yeah, listen. For sure. But no, I definitely think that journaling is a good thing. And like you said, surround yourself around good people who like uplift you, who encourage you. Because a lot of me gaining a lot of like self-love and confidence for myself, it really came through my friends.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't
definitely.
fortunate enough to come up with like that upbringing of women who are, and not to say that the women in my family are not strong, because they're definitely strong, but they had a lot of problems too, where it's like, you know, and I didn't really, in my pivotal years of growing up, I wasn't with my mom. So that kind of took it back too, you know, and then I was, this is like personal story. But anyway, I was like living with my aunt who was young too, and she was going through the same things. She didn't know what to do. So definitely surround yourself around friends who have that type of structure that can encourage you through what their parents are like funneling to them. Because who you surround yourself around really does have a really big impact on your life. It's just what it is, you know. So those are some words of encouragement to everybody who's watching, and we hope that you are taking some practices and some steps towards self-love if you don't already have it. And even if you do, you can never love yourself too much. That's just what it is, you know. But you guys, we have come to the end of the show, unfortunately, because we are enjoying this conversation. So I do want to thank you ladies for coming on and, you know, giving your insight to us. I just want you to let everybody know where they can find you and where we can get more of Urbane Echelon.
Well, you can find us on Instagram at urbane.echelon. And then on YouTube, you can search Urbane Echelon and it should pop right up.
Yes,
So-
we have some fun stuff coming in the new year. So
check out our latest content. We're working on season 2 and a whole bunch of other different things.
right,
So
comment
just
if you want. Let us know
Yeah.
what you think, what you don't like, what you do like. You know,
interested in, you know, possibly being in front of the camera, you know?
let us know if you have topics. Let us know.
You know? We're open to all
Yeah.
of
It
it.
was my cue.
Yeah. So if you're trying to be on it.
Yep, spread
No,
that
for
millennial
sure.
voice,
For
you know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
So I have
We're
a lot to
millennials.
talk about. And I think all the viewers know that by this point. But you guys, we definitely thank you for tuning in with us. We'll have everything up on the website for you guys tomorrow. So if you missed out on some of the show, you can tune back in with us. But as for that, good night, and we'll see you all next week for episode 89.
Bye.
Bye, guys.